Let's welcome in our NFL analyst and Bryant McFadden. Now, this is something that we've all been waiting for now. While nothing's set in stone, he made his appearance on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron Rodgers. Still waiting to know exactly what's going on, but he said that decision day already happened, and his intention is to play for the New York Jets. B-Mac, what do you make of all of it?
Thank you. The
it's not done yet.
But it's almost over, right? I feel like I've been waiting for this Aaron Rodgers decision more than waiting for Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. Like, my goodness. Man, we've all been on pins and needles just waiting. And yes, as you just mentioned, it's not 100% over. But he verbalized that his intentions is to play for the Jets. Now, all the marbles, they're in front of the New York Jets in working out this deal in regards to money or whatever it is that he's looking to have in this contract. But this is what I thought he would do, Jenny, based on the Green Bay Packers allowing him to talk to other teams, clearly told all of us the Green Bay Packers were ready to let him walk because they wanted him to entertain to see exactly what's out there. So the Green Bay Packers have basically said, we're ready to give Jordan Love the keys to the car. So you either go play for someone else or you retire. So those were the two options. And I felt like he would take the option of playing, getting almost $60 million for at least one more year and trying to get to another championship. So this is what I was expecting to see happen. As you mentioned, we still have some things we have to, work out with the Jets. But Aaron Rodgers said, that's his intentions, so that will become a reality in the near future.
Of course, out there, reports have been saying that he had some input on the Jets' free agency moves. They signed Allen Lazard. There's interest there in Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis. What do you think of Rodgers' wish list there?
I mean, this is what you have to deal with in regards to trying to get a guy like Aaron Rodgers. You have to listen to what he wants, and you got to try to make those things happen to be able to get him to come to your organization. The Allen Lazard wish list, I think the potential was there. Clearly, he's a guy that has a relationship with Aaron Rodgers already. You talk about other guys like Randall Cobb. I mean, I really like Elijah Moore. I think Elijah Moore clearly has more left in the tank because he's younger. Not to mention he's a more talented player right now than Randall Cobb is at his age in his career. So Elijah Moore is a guy that can do big-time numbers, especially with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. You already got Garrett Wilson there. He's an emerging superstar. If you're able to go get a guy like Odell Beckham Jr., that's the one wild card, right? Because Aaron Rodgers never played with OBJ. So that's just a personal preference for Aaron Rodgers. And then Mercedes Lewis, he's pretty much a one-trick pony, one of the best blocking tight ends in the game. But remember, the Jets, they made big-time investments in the tight end position a year ago, right? So we have to see how everything plays out. But one big-time factor is already locked and loaded with the Jets, and that's Allen Lazard. He's already agreed to terms with a contract, so he's already in place. So I think that will put a smile on Aaron Rodgers' face. But let's see exactly what else the Jets have in store in regards to Aaron Rodgers' wish list and whatever other player they can bring to their organization based on Aaron Rodgers wanting them to be there.
I have this image of Aaron Rodgers just with like a magic wand being like, all right, you're going to now come to the Jets and you're going to come to the Jets. The Jets themselves, though, having a lot of fun with this announcement. And of course, again, nothing officially official, but tweeting out the following picture. Good old Leo there pointing at the TV with the Jets cap on with all the eyes on the Pat McAfee show. I mean, they got to have a good time when it comes to this. Now, of course, with the Jets, Rodgers joining a championship-ready roster that, already has his beloved former OC and Nathaniel Hackett there running that side of the ball. How much of an influence do you think that was on Rodgers' decision?
Man, it was huge. I felt like a year ago, the Denver Broncos hired Nathaniel Hackett, hoping that can be the best leverage piece to get Aaron Rodgers to go to Denver. It didn't work out too well for the Denver Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett got fired. Now he's the OC with the Jets. Of course, he was the OC there for Aaron Rodgers for quite some time, and the relationship is clearly there. So I think that was the first, bait they were using to try to lure Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. So if you get Aaron Rodgers, the chemistry, the relationship is already there with Nathaniel Hackett, along with bringing some of the former pass catchers that he's worked with as a quarterback as well. They're just trying to get the band back together. You know what I mean? From Lambeau to MetLife. That's what they're trying to do. And when you talk about being one of the more coveted players on the market, well, not necessarily on the market, but you're trying to get to your team, you got to do what they want you to do. And that tells you who has all the leverage. Aaron Rodgers. So we got to wait and see. But I'm just so happy, Jenny, like I said, he finally said his intentions is to do what? Play with the Jets. So now we can kind of move on and just wait for the Jets to kind of work out everything they need to work out to make this thing a reality. So now we can move forward and talk about what's next with the Jets in regards to Aaron Rodgers, and can he get them to the Super Bowl?
He also said that darkness, the time in the darkness, gave him time to contemplate everything, and it was a great reset for his mind and his body, and that he went in with a completely different idea that he came out for. Now, we just had an incredible graphic up here on CBS Sports HQ of all the quarterbacks that have been playing for the last, go for it real quick, B-Mac, what you got?
Yeah, so let me ask you this question, Jenny. When he left the dark place,
yes,
what was his mindset? Did he say what he was planning on doing when he left the dark place?
90% retirement, 10% still playing. And then that all changed.
So, what changed?
The darkness. It fixed him. It got his mind in the right spot.
Oh, so when he left the dark place, he was 90% going towards retirement, is what you're saying?
I believe when he went into the dark place, when he got out. Yeah, it's all
so
very interesting. The darkness kind of made it.
So, Jenny,
yes.
The darkness showed Aaron Rodgers that you should go out and get $58 million.
Right.
Basically. Yes. So this is what we're going to do, Jenny. Let's go find the nearest dark place for us, right?
Let's go
You're
to
in
the dark
South
place.
Florida, I'm in Georgia. Let's go find the nearest dark place, and let's see if we come out and that experience tells us we need to go get $58 million.
I am in. We can absolutely make this happen. But before we let you go on this, I just want to ask you look at the playoff drought that the New York Jets have been in, and now getting a guy like Aaron Rodgers, it changes everything. As we mentioned, he's going to bring all of his buddies to New York to make this all happen. When you just look at what the Jets' outlook should be this season, what fans should expect, what would you say?
Championship or bust. Mm-hmm. That's it. And it's hard to have those type of expectations when you've been away from the playoffs for such a long time. But when you go get a guy like Aaron Rodgers and you basically had to do everything in your power to get him to want to play for your organization, bringing in former players, things like that, and he's a future Hall of Famer, one of the best quarterbacks of our generation, you instantly go from a hoping organization to an organization that's expecting to win and compete for a championship. And then when you factor in how good this team was last year with basically me playing quarterback. I never played quarterback in Pop Warner football, but it was like I played quarterback for the Jets based on how inconsistent the offense was, specifically speaking from the quarterback position. So if you can just get a little piece of consistency at the quarterback position, and if that defense continues to do what they did a year ago, plus more, along with having healthy guys on the offensive line in the backfield, and you just throw number 12 into that lineup, one would think they will find a way to get into the tournament and compete for a championship. So that's what it is right now. Jets Nation, their fans, they're jumping for joy. For the ones that are at work, they're probably leaving work right now and telling the boss, though, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is coming home. I'm leaving right now. And they're going to be intoxicated for the next few days until they kind of get hold to this understanding that they have Aaron Rodgers. Think about the last meaningful quarterback the Jets have had in their organization. Brett Favre.
Yeah. Man, it's a little pattern going on.
They got Brett Favre when he was almost in a nursing home because he was that old. His prime. Well. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers right now today is a much better quarterback than when Brett Favre decided to go to the Jets.
Without question.
But the atmosphere changed dramatically because they got Brett Favre. So now you get Aaron Rodgers, who still has a lot left in the tank. It's championship or bust.
Championship or bust. That's what's happening for the New York Jets and all the fans. Bryant McFadden with the latest. B-Mac and I are going to go to the darkness and go get some 60 mil to ourselves. And I'm sure that there's going to be an emergency podcast when it comes to All Thing Covered, because this is some big news coming out of the NFL as Aaron Rodgers intends to play for the New York Jets.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.